Today is January 30th, 2026, and we're going over new releases again. It's going to be three of the best releases of this week, as well as nine new news stories announcing new releases, essentially, some singles and whatnot. So we're going to start with, I think, one of the best releases of January. It's Exemplaritus's Meritoriousness of Equanimity. I've talked about this band before on this show, as well as reviewed their last two albums, including this one. And again, it's one of the better releases of this month. You can check the best of January that I just put up on the site yesterday for more thoughts on the band, as well as a link to their review. Otherwise, Gorch's Stillamentum is a dissonant black metal record. It's a very good one. It's a very anxietous, tortured kind of release, very finely composed and intense. This is an Italian band. I think this is their second full-length album. This one is a huge leap beyond their EP that came out some years ago. I think it was about 5 years ago, and I think it's just a great record in general. I might review it in a video form, but there's a written review on the site. There's also a review for Sanctus's Del Abim al Parom, and that is a more melodic black metal band from, well, it's a solo project actually from the fellow behind Gevura. So all these make up the best releases of this week for my own taste. But there's lots more to check out. Our first news item of the week is actually the announcement of the fourth full-length album from Finnish symphonic black metal band VARGRAV. Dimension Daemonium is going to be released in March by Werewolf Records, and I think Hell's Headbangers usually carries their releases. I like this band's work in the past. I especially like the first record, and the ones that have come after that have been more sophisticated. This new song, Moonfrost Storms, it's a little bit different. I think it's a change from the last record, which was very polished and kind of bombastic in what it was doing. This is something maybe leaning a little bit more towards some of the atmosphere of their earlier stuff. So check it out for yourself in this clip. Next up, we have the announcement for the second full-length album from Melting Rot. I'm not familiar with this band, but I think once you hear this song, you'll understand what they're all about pretty instantly. So this song, Morbid Infatuation, actually features Matt Harvey from Exhumed. I think Exhumed have a new album coming out next month or in March maybe. I've listened to it a couple of times already. I just haven't got the details on hand. But it's cool to see him on this track. You kind of get why he's there. There's kind of a gore grind influenced old school death metal kind of sound, and kind of a more rotten death grind touch to some of what they're doing. Interesting album, and glad to see someone kind of leaning into this sound a little bit more so it doesn't seem like such a fad. Next up, we have an announcement from Amor Fati Productions with Only the Vile Will Remain, a debut full-length from ERBEET AZHAK. This is a solo project from a fellow Corvus who plays in Wolven Nest and some other bands you'll recognize from, I believe, the Belgium-based scene. And let's just cut to the song here. Not much to say about it, but something different from his other projects, I would say. And more recently, Cemetery Rains, I think debut album has been announced here from Carbonized Records. This is a solo death metal project from the guitarist of Street Tombs and the drummer from Superstition, both great bands from the New Mexico area. This is maybe comparatively straightforward death metal of a different kind. You will recognize that he has, he's a contributor to Street Tombs. That's pretty obvious here. It's kind of a punkish form of death metal in some sense. But this is maybe a little bit more straightforward and focused as a solo project, and I think it's worth checking out here with this first song. maybe as a sort of palate cleanser, we'll listen to a little bit of Incantation from the Mon. Now, this is kind of just a droning song that is very minimalistic and simple in its introduction. And what it is introducing the album in general with Incantation here. Songs of Embrace is kind of the latest thing from this guy. Definitely something or an artist worth checking out if you're looking for an extension of his main band and kind of his own voice. So it was a pretty good news week for people who are interested in the upper crust of British death metal and kind of the modern sense. We have, there'll be another announcement after this one, which is tangentially related, but here we've been waiting years to hear from Crypt Shift as they've been working on this new album they've announced, Overspaced and Super Time, which I guess they've said the concept of this is an alternate reality to what had happened on their previous album, Visitations from Enchiladas. And we'll cut to this clip here. It's an awesome music video. It looks like an Insanity video from 1993, but I'll kind of talk about the song after that just a little bit. It's obviously anticipated here. So I've listened to this album numerous times at this point. It's one of my most anticipated of this year. I'm going to be pretty hyped about it for a while. It comes out on February 27th already, so I'm already kind of developing a review for it. So nothing but good things to say about this song and the album in general. I think it's one of the best things we're going to see all year based on what we've forecast for the next 4 or so months. And just a great band in general. It's insane how they've evolved this idea and taken it to a new level. It's kind of a lot of the things that I felt like Blood Incantation were promising all those years that we were waiting for an album, and this is something that's maybe a little bit more substantial from my point of view. So check it out for yourself and look forward to it. Another UK death metal release, and one that I think is also actually pretty anticipated. Nothing but kind of hype for this, the look of this record and the sound of it. Now that I've heard a clip, go ahead and drown in purulent excrementia here for a second, and then we'll talk about the experience. So I think the thing to say about CRYPTWORM is that they kind of came from this kind of basic place, this kind of moshable, kind of trendy, just okay, old school death metal, whatever it was when they first started out. And that's nothing against them. I just didn't think that it was anything that special about them at the time. And then that second full length record hit. It was actually a great record. It's worth revisiting now. And now they've come out with this kind of Cannibal Corpse looking artwork from Scott Valder, or however you pronounce his screen name. It's there's a lot of good things happening here on this song as well. It's pretty cool to see a lot of these kind of Undergang influence bands doing more with the sound and just making cool death metal, of it. So nothing but hype for this one as well. Very interested in how the full thing turns out. Haven't fully listened to it yet, just short previews. So this is another great release, another one to just look forward to. I think it could not come soon enough with Cruel Force's Aneda. This is the new album from the band. Love their last album. They kind of had this Show No Mercy kind of vibe to it, but they were still they're kind of recovering from being a black thrash metal band, and now they're doing something a little bit different here with this song. It's a great video, very classic look to it with whips swinging, very catchy song. It's kind of this Show No Mercy kind of thing that happens with a couple of unique details here that I've written some notes about, but nothing but praise for this record overall, and I think it's just a solid recommend here, just outright. And finally, the last new release announced here is from Darkness Shall Rise Production. They're going to be releasing the newest TULUS album, a Norwegian black metal band that kind of merges the first and second wave in their own way. This is their 8th album. Every one of their records is fairly different. They're pretty consistent in their ideals. They've gone for more production and a little bit more showmanship on the last couple, but always a great bass guitar tone. Check out Salme 2 and see what you think about what they're up to these days. All right, that's going to be it for this week. See if any of those line up with your taste. I tried to pick stuff that was above average or and not a bunch of AI bullshit and all that. So keep your standards high for what the art that you're consuming is, or at least find something cool to glom onto and enjoy. In the meantime, enjoy your weekend. And don't forget to follow me on social media and whatever else. It always helps. Whatever you do, click on things, hit the like button, whatnot.